This video is for Zed, also known as Anton Zaslavsky. Zaslavsky? Is that how you pronounce his name? Is that how you pronounce your last name? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, Zaslavsky. Well, this one's for you, Anton Zaslavsky, and for all those who have supported and are fans of Zed's music. Let's start. Hello Ravers, my name is Brawlers. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day, night, wherever you may be in the world. I would like to put this video out there for the one and only Zed. For those that do not know, how would you not know Zed if you're in the electronic dance music universe? But for those that do not know, Zed, also known as Anton Zaslavsky, is a well-known DJ, producer, and performer that for the EDM universe, no introduction is required for this individual. With the video that I'm about to partake in, I would like to do a little dedication to a special album that he ended up doing a little over 5 years ago. Me personally, I would like to discuss on this album called True Colors, why this album is very unique, and with my personal take on music itself, why this album is important to me. So I'm going to be doing my absolute best to break down a special documentary, if anyone wants to correct me, feel free to do that because I still get confused with those two words. This film was for anyone that was curious with his entire tour, his entire album, and the special things that he did alongside with these songs that he created throughout the years, and why this was very, very special with him personally. So let's just start off with the name Zed. Yeah, Zed. If anyone just thinks about that name, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For a lot of you, maybe the song Clarity will come around, maybe Stay the Night, Find You, Stay, all those type of songs that are just well known in the electronic dance music scene. And for a fun fact with the song Clarity, it was given a Grammy Award, just won the dance song of 2012. Definitely have to say massive props to Zed and Foxes that did the singing for the song. But jumping on ahead from his first album, which included Clarity, the song that made him who he is, now was True Colors. And for True Colors, it is officially over 5 years old. And I would like to tell, with me personally, this album has more of an impact on me than his previous album. And I'll explain why throughout the video. The songs of the True Colors album from Zed goes as follows, but these are not in order as the album states it in. Addicted to a Memory, I Want You to Know, Beautiful Now, Paper Cut, Bumblebee, Daisy, Illusion, Transmission, Done with Love, True Colors, and Straight into the Fire. Alright, I couldn't find the album art for Straight into the Fire, so this image will have to do. Sorry. So instead of this image, let's slap on this image. In my opinion, this one looks better. As he was creating True Colors, something that got to a lot of attention for the people that were following him, the people that were fans of him, he announced, hey, I'm going to be doing a special event in these particular cities around the United States of America. If any lucky individuals are able to do just a simple task within a certain time range, you guys will be able to come along with a special journey to a unique destination, hang out, you get to chat with me, and you guys will be able to hear one song out of the entire album. Of course, a lot of fans and supporters were on that thing like there was no tomorrow. Featuring in the states of California, Texas, Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and New York, along with, wait a minute, Nevada? Wait, hold on a second. Alright, a little update that I was doing just a last minute research with Nevada, because for this special destination, it was in the Grand Canyon. Mainly the Grand Canyon is in Arizona, but it seems like just a piece of it is hanging out of the Nevada state and within the state of Utah, which is close to the borders of them to be specific. So I believe that this source is in a way correct, but we'll take it from there. With this type of objective that the fans and supporters had to do, all they had to accomplish was this picture that I'm going to show on the screen. They had to find this within a certain location or find multiple Z's that were placed around the city and take a photo of him, and they'll see if the first 50 or so winners were able to get their hands on a special ticket to go to the unique destination. Now, with all those that won, each one of them was able to go on a bus and go to certain places such as Lake Pleasant in Phoenix, Arizona, the Stanley Hotel in Denver, Colorado, the Grand Canyon, as I mentioned, in the corner border of Las Vegas, Nevada. Why did that sound like it rhymed? Well, and one that was very, very unique to California, mainly up north, Alcatraz Island in San Francisco. I didn't think that he was able to pull this off because for Alcatraz, it is a particular area where it is a tourist attraction and an area filled with dark history. Now, as the fans were able to get to that certain area, they were greeted with Zed, of course, and the entire team with how they organized the events. And the main portion itself was to meet and greet and mostly to hear the songs that he had to present for his second album. For the album True Colors itself, every single one of the songs included had a particular destination, except for one. This one will have to be I Want You to Know with Selena Gomez, and that's interesting because that is probably the most popular song out of the entire album. So in a way, it was a good move that he placed this special song within it. Another song that is popular within the True Colors album definitely is going to be Beautiful Now. Just coming in second place of the most popular of the album with its unique color, magenta. Located within Chicago, Illinois, the individuals that were there were able to go to Shed Aquarium and have this special presentation from Zed to feature the song Beautiful Now. And just the song alone, this unique tune means a lot to me personally. In fact, it's one of the top songs of my entire lifetime of me hearing electronic dance music. Some of the other songs that are included in the album will have to be Addicted to a Memory, which features the color purple, Bumblebee featuring the color yellow, Transmission featuring the color black, Daisy featuring the color green, and more. If you want to check out all the theme colors of the songs, feel free to check out the Wikipedia link that I have in the EDM box below. For this special album, it took him a long time to prepare, to get everything organized, not to mention with how he wanted the entire theme to be based around the song. Each one of these areas had special caterings and a special setting, including the food itself. Let's put Illusion for an example. There's going to be an image on the screen that you guys will be able to see. The people were treated with foods that was entirely based on the color blue, which would be very interesting if one was to attend such said event. The overall idea of Zed giving back to his audience, his fans, his supporters, the people that looked forward to his music, this is a big, generous move and a special gift for people that wanted to seek out with what he was going to be working on, with his entire project in general, and the way forward that he wanted to go with his vision towards music. However, some things did come at a price. He did mention the following within his documentary. He mentioned that when you make your first album, which has to be the Clarity album that he did a couple of years before he did the True Colors album, you are bound to learn so much and make mistakes and even lose some fans and supporters because of the sounds and songs you decided to go forth in creating your album. At first, as I was hearing the entire album, 2 songs in particular I was in very, very question with. I will be honest about this opinion. For me, Daisy and Straight Into the Fire were the least of my likings. But as I grew in more and more, I appreciated with what he had in mind, how he wanted to move his sound forward, and not everything has to be electronic dance music based. But going back to Daisy, this song is just purely orchestrated, doesn't have any electronic dance music elements inside. A calm and soothing song that you just gotta lay back to. Just think about a simple daisy that's just growing in the middle of the grassy plains. But the one I fell in love with right off the start was Beautiful Now. And I will say Beautiful Now has to be one of my personal top 3 when it comes to the album itself And as I mentioned before, it's one of the most personal songs to my entire library of EDM of all time. The one big move that I will admit for Zed that he was thinking about ahead was none other than the Zed True Colors tour that he kicked off in September and October of 2015. For this crazy tour, some people will actually say that this was one of the biggest successes for an individual to be a producer and to go forth and going all around the United States of America to do this colorful and amazing performance, just rivaling the crowd and just getting a lot of massive attention for more people to get into what Zed has been working on and electronic dance music in general. There are some people that tagged along that some of you might be familiar with. If you've heard of Dylan Francis and Madion, these two producers were just tagging along with Zed as being the main headliner. But the one person that stood by and rode along the entire tour from beginning to end was the opener by the name of Alex Metric. This was one of the first DJs that I did see personally, but I don't really remember what his set officially was. I will have to look back into some of the footage that I recorded with this bad phone. I remember there was this terrible phone that I had for a short amount of time. For me personally, on this day and at the time that you guys are seeing this video, it has been 5 years since I decided to take this special step and this huge wave of an open door into the electronic dance music universe, which was to be stated place for the Staples Center here in Los Angeles, California. For this particular destination, of course, Alex Metric is being the opener, Blau, that ended up showing out after the opener, Aluna George as the special guest, and I remember there were other areas that received their specific special guests. Some of them include Steve Aoki, the Chainsmokers, before they ended up blowing up in 2016, 2017, and Martin Garrix. Returning to True Colors one more time. From the first song, Addicted to a Memory, to lastly, True Colors, each one of them has their own unique story behind them. For example, Addicted to a Memory, with being the color purple, Zed actually took back on this song for a little over 3 years, set it aside for a long time, and decided to return to this tune, just get everything finished up, and to call for some backup. If you guys know the singer by Bahari, shout out to Bahari because she does the vocals for this song, and they're really, really good. I say Addicted to a Memory is one of my personal favorites next to Beautiful Now. Overall, I am a little jealous in a good way that these individuals were able to take on this one-day event of a complete lifetime, and I hope that with the souvenirs that each one of them received, I hope they still cherish them and have them to this very day, because no other producer that I know within the electronic dance music universe has done something on a level that big, because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of planning, and mainly the money. But this was well worth it in my opinion. If I was to ask this to Zed personally, which I do hope if I get to meet him one-on-one, if he does another album, would he do something on a magnitude like what he did for all those fans? As I'm going back and forth with some of the facts that I'm throwing at you for the True Colors, many would say that the True Colors tour at the time was the biggest tour for the EDM industry in America. And in a way, I would have to agree. For that time alone, I don't think anyone came close to what he decided to give to their own audience, let alone people that were curious like myself thinking, what is this? And should I go for it? Which takes me back to myself going into the Staples Center for the first time and just experiencing that. The only downside, I did not record anything from Zed's piece at all. But in a way, it's a good thing because I still play that memory back again and again from time to time. Fortunately, I was able to just implement myself, be in the moment, and it was the experience of a lifetime that I never thought it would happen to me personally. If I was able to go back into any night, that would be the night. As I was interrupted by a giant behemoth of a dog, this event alone is one of the few nights that I wish I can go back in time to and relive again. Not just any night compares to what I personally experienced and the quote unquote risk I decided to take on my own, as this was my official start of my EDM raving journey into electronic dance music events, nightclubs, festivals, and so on and so forth. Granted, I could only do this in LA, so with any type of event that I'm able to get a hold of that's cheap and the producers that are coming around take a little interest to what I hear, I will give it a go. Big time. So to end the video off, because I know I've rambled on for quite some time, I wanted to show this special image with my shirt that I bought along with the first ever album I purchased from any producer. Even though with me having partaken with music, I also have the digital edition with Zed's True Colors album, which is still in my laptop as I was able to do something very special. Wait till the end of the video, which is coming up around the corner. But just with how much this album and that one night meant to me 5 years ago on the time that I post this video and doing this quick video, if it wasn't for me going into Staples Center and experiencing that event, I don't think I would be where I am today with this massive craving, with this eagerness to become a DJ, a producer, and the music that he presented on that night brought me into a world that I don't ever want to leave. The electronic dance music is just so powerful, and it means the world to me. From that night forward, I didn't think this category of music would still be within me. I don't think I would be DJing. I don't think I would have done so many risky things with my interest in music. Heck, I don't think I would even make songs in general. So that is why for this album, it still hits home big time. And I could not have it any other way. No other event, in my opinion, could top off with how I was able to officially say, this is the type of music that I know exists, but I would just hear it as I would hear any type of category of music in general, to having the doors completely open and for me to be in this universe and say, this is my category of music that I wish to be with until the day I die. And on that note, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you all so much for hearing me out from beginning to end. If you made it to the end, thank you for giving me your time to just hear me ramble with why this album just means so much to me. And as a big thank you, I have a dedicated set for Zed's True Colors tour that he did for Los Angeles, but in my own little take because I can't get everything 100%. So on my Mixcloud, I made something that is called Zed True Colors Staples Center Los Angeles 5th Anniversary Splash Set. Why did I call it Splash Set? Splash Set. Splash. Why did I call it Splash Set? Well, I think because it relates to the tree and how this is just a very beautiful image to present for an album, which it still caters to me to this very day. Just seeing that rainbow tree, I tell myself, if there was any location I would like to just rest, it will have to be underneath this tree to see all the colors that you are able to visualize. We all have these type of colors within ourselves, but it's the bright colors that everybody wants to see. And in my opinion, those bright colors were just some of the most insane visuals that Zed performed on the night of September 18th, 2015. From 5 years ago to now, I never thought I would make a dedicated mix within my own spin with his set that he did in Los Angeles, California. So feel free to check out my huge set that I worked on for like 2 to 3 days tirelessly. It was a hectic ride, but I'm very proud with what I would like to present to you. It's free. Just go. Feel free to follow the Mixcloud if you want. Feel free to sub if you want. But as I mentioned, you making it from beginning to end is enough for me to say thank you for giving your time and seeing what I have to give for the electronic dance music world. More content's going to be coming out soon, and I still can't wait to just keep pumping out what I have the creativity and to give to the electronic dance music world. Thank you guys so much for hearing me out. seriously, this set it means so much to me. And until then, keep listening. Please stay safe out there in these uncertain times, and hopefully to rave on very soon. But if you wish to rave on with me with the True Colors 5th anniversary, it's on my Mixcloud. Once more, thank you.